Alright, today me and Mr. Tyler Yeager over there, we're going to show you how to do a little video analysis. Okay, so you can import any video you want into Logger Pro, and you can actually analyze pretty much all of the physical quantities that we've learned, in mechanics at least, by doing video analysis. So the first thing you have to do is get a video that works with Logger Pro. It can be kind of finicky, so iPhones work really well. Videos filmed on just a digital camera work really well. Sometimes we have problems with videos on Droids, but basically you need to get your video onto a USB transferable device and pull it up on one of the computers that has Logger Pro. So if we go here to my desktop, here's what the Logger Pro icon looks like. Open it up, okay, and you go to Insert Movie. Okay, don't go to Video Capture, and there's another one people mess up here. Yeah, just go to Insert Movie and it'll work. Okay, so then it'll pull up your video once you find it on your computer. So it's best if you have your video saved on your H drive as a backup, but open it in Logger Pro from your USB. Okay, if that doesn't work, drag the video to your desktop and open it up. Okay, so some things about the program. First of all, these windows right here, you've got your data window over here, and you can move these around. Okay, so you're going to need to know how to expand these and change the size. So I'll just make mine like that. And then you've got your movie. Okay, you can drag things around just like in Windows. Then you've got your graphs, and I like to kind of make it a little bit smaller so I can move things around a little bit. Okay, so if I click there, how do I move this thing around? Okay, so I'm going to go back to my movie. Next thing you need to do to start video analysis is push that button right there. Okay, and it brings up all of these tools over here. And we are now going to find the segment in the video where this becomes a projectile. So I got these guys out here. That's me. Okay, and we're filming a video. And they're messing around. Okay, this isn't really part of the video analysis. Either is that. And then he throws it. Okay, so what I want to do is use the frame by frame, and I can use the slider too. Okay, I'm going to use the slider to find right where it becomes a projectile. So right there we're close, and unfortunately the Fruta blue sign is in the background, so that kind of hinders what we're trying to do. But right there I'm confident that it's a projectile because I can see that it's left his hands. But I'm going to advance a few more frames so it's in the sky so you can see. Okay, so there you see the bowling ball. That is Mr. Jacob Seeley, state champion wrestler, throwing a bowling ball. How cool is that? National champion now, that's true. Nice, thank you, Ty. Ty's here to catch my mistakes. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first, we're going to hit set scale. Alright, so if I hover over these tools, that is the set scale button right there. And you're going to click it. And what you do is you have a meter stick or something in the video that you know the height of, and your handout already told you to do that. They put 2 meter sticks stacked on top of each other, so I'm going to click and drag and release. Okay, and I'm going to tell the computer that that is 2 meters. Okay, now it knows the size of everything in the video that is in the plane of these guys. So I can now actually take this ruler, and look at this, I could measure my height. 1.924 meters. That's super tall, trust me, it's in meters. Okay, now that's not totally accurate because I am closer in the video than they are. So I am actually appearing to the camera taller than I actually am. And by the way, fishing tip thrown in here. If you want to make the fish you catch look bigger than the fish you actually caught, you just hold it forward in the picture and it looks bigger. Just a side ninja trick. Okay, now we are going to set the origin. So go to the green axes button, click it, and we make the place where the projectile is first becoming a projectile the origin. So I'm going to choose the top of the ball right here, and this is where my 0 is. That's 0, 0. Okay, on my Cartesian coordinate system. Ty, question?
Why can't you set the coordinates anywhere on the picture?
I could set the coordinates anywhere on the picture. Like I could make the ground 0 if I wanted to, and you can do that in your video. I'm just choosing the release point to be 0 for this particular example. Good question, Ty. Okay, now we are ready to start plotting points. So you're going to click this, and here's where people mess up the most, so pay attention. Click add point, and what happens is when I click on the ball, it advances the frame. So do not use these advancers down here. Okay, let the point adding advance the frame for you. Okay, so every time you click it, that is a frame of the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the same part of the object each time, which is going to be the top of the ball because it's easiest to see, and I'm going to click points. Okay, and I'm doing this way faster than you should because you would turn off the video and get bored. Okay, now how cool is this? You guys see the bug flying through the video? Look at that. They caught this like big moth on camera. That's so awesome. Look at that. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to keep clicking. Okay, the ball is slowing down because of little g, and I'm doing this way too fast. Okay, but it'll show you. It'll be an okay example. Okay, so now the ball is coming back down. All right, and let's say I mess up and I click over here. Okay, I just put a point out here in the sky. Now what I need to do is go to the select point tool right here, and then I just hit the delete button and I can get rid of it. Then I need to go to the add point tool and I can keep adding points. Okay, so that's how you delete a point. It's kind of hard to do after the fact though, so be careful. Okay, so the ball's coming back down. I'm really rushing this. Ty?
Can you just delete any point, or does it have to be allowed?
Well, let's try to just delete any point. Let's say I do that. Yep, I can. Okay, but it's very hard to go back and then add that point for that missing time segment. Okay, so that's good enough. I'd like you guys to graph it all the way to the bottom and take more time to do so. Okay, now we're kind of done with the video. So I'm going to shrink it like that, and it automatically gives me an XT and a YT graph. Okay, so again, you can change the size of these things, move them around, and look at this. I've got an X, a Y, and an X velocity and a Y velocity automatically. I only want one quantity on my graph at a time, so I can simply click the axes to do that, and I can get rid of X. Okay. Here's if I just want the Y displacement from 0. And here's if I want the Y velocity. Okay? Alright, now you guys have drawn this graph. This is linear, and it is really easy to do a linear fit with this. I simply have to select the region that I want to fit, and then if I go up here and I hover over these buttons right here, there's one that says linear fit. I'm just going to click it and check that out, line of best fit on there. And it says my slope is negative 9.876. That's really good, okay? So on that graph, my slope will be my acceleration due to gravity. And I didn't even plot that accurately. I was doing that really fast. So if you want to delete that, you just click the X and it gets rid of it, and you could then select just this part or something like that. Okay, last thing I'm going to show you. Notice we can only graph these 4 things for now. Now what I want to do is insert, no, I want to analyze. I want to make a new column. Okay, so I'm going to go to data and new calculated column. Okay, all right, now here's where I can make a new column based on my other columns. So let's say I want to do potential energy. I'm going to give a unit, I'm going to type in joules, I'm going to give it a short name, I'm going to call it PE, and then down here where it says expression, that's where I'm going to type in the equation. Okay, so the mass of a bowling ball, it's about 12 pounds, so how many kilograms, Ty, we got there?
5 to 7.
5 to 7. I put him on the spot and he nailed it. Okay, let's say 6.5 kilograms. That's my mass. That's constant. Okay, little g is 9.8. So I'm going to type in 9.8. And I'm going to put a multiplication symbol between those two things. That's mg. And then I want h. Okay? So to get h, I want it to multiply by my y displacement for that. So I'm going to go to variable columns and I'm going to click y, and it will put right here y in quotation marks. Then I'm going to hit done. Check it out. I got all my potential energies in purple right there in joules for my bowling ball. So you notice it starts out small and gets bigger, and then it should go back down. I always like to plug in 1, so I'll take the mass times the g times one of these to make sure that this number comes out how it should. Okay, now let's graph it. I'm going to go to PE versus time, and look at that pretty graph. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Love it. Okay, and then we want to copy our graphs and put them in Word, so right click them, copy them, open up Word, boom, whoops, Word, and then you're just going to paste that thing in there, okay? And then I can format it, position it, resize it, okay? And it's just I think it's a JPEG, it's just a copied image, okay? That's what you're going to print out. Mr. Yeager, question?
Does it matter that it went negative, or are you just...
Okay, yeah, went negative. That's okay because zero is the starting height, so all these heights are above where it started, and then these heights are below where it started. So it is possible to get negative potential energies. Very good question. Okay, so you guys will end up saving that. You'll have a bunch of graphs depending on which assignment I gave you. And you'll need to analyze those graphs in some way. Okay, you can also downsize your graphs like that, and then I can go to Insert Graph, and I can get another one, and I can change what it's graphing. Then I could go Insert Graph again, and you can move them around if you get the little hand icon to show up. And I can get it to Graph X now again. Okay, so that's how the system works, resizing windows, all that. Those are the basics. Okay, we might do some stuff beyond that, but now you know what you're doing in Logger Pro. Thank you for doing your pre-lab.